Tomorrow, January the 8th, the 30-5 Oklahoma City Thunder, a team that's won 15 in a row, comes to Cleveland to take on the league-leading Cavaliers, who are 31-4 and have won 10 in a row. I'm going to preview this matchup on Conversation Piece. Welcome to Gerald Khalil's Conversation Piece. I share my thoughts on social content, sports, politics, and entertainment. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So there will be a clash of the Titans this Wednesday in Cleveland when the Thunder takes on the Cavaliers. These are the two hottest teams in the league. They are 1-2 with the best records in the league. Let's take a look at the matchups. Now, the Thunder is first in the Western Conference with a 30-5 record. They are 16-2 at home, 13-3 on the road, 1-0 on a neutral court in Las Vegas due to the NBA Cup. They are 11th in the league in points per game at 115, 17th in rebounds per game with a shade under 44. They are 15th in assists per game with 26, and first overall in points allowed with 103. They are the youngest team in the league and are undefeated versus Eastern Conference teams. Now, the Cavs are first in the Eastern Conference with a 31-5 record. They are 18-1 at home, 13-3 on the road. They are second in the league in points per game at 122.5, 16th in rebounds per game with 44, 5th in assists per game with 29, and 8th overall in points allowed with 110.7. They are undefeated versus Western Conference teams. So what we have here is OKC, who's undefeated versus Eastern Conference teams, versus Cleveland, who's undefeated against Western Conference teams. Something will give tomorrow. Now, we look at the front court for OKC. We have Isaiah Hartenstein. He's starting in place of the injured Chet Holmgren. As he was when he was playing with the Knicks, he's relentless on the boards. I saw the game against Boston, and he was just incredible on the boards. In the fourth spot, Jalen Williams. He is averaging almost 21 points a game. He's in his third season. He's only 23 years old. He's improved every year. He's vying to be an all-star this year. Then you have, in the number 3 spot, Lou Dort. He's in his 6th year out of Arizona State. He's shooting over 40% from 3. Now we take a look at the backcourt starters. We have Cason Wallace. He, the number 2 guard. He's only 21 years old out of Kentucky. He made the all-rookie second team last season, and he's very good defensively. And at number 1 is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's a leading candidate for the league's most valuable player. He's averaging 31 points and 6 assists per game. He is elite defensively. The bench for OKC, they have a good bench, led by A.J. Mitchell, Aaron Wiggins, and also Kendrick Williams. They bring more of a defensive presence off the bench. So the Thunder, they lose absolutely nothing when their starters go on the bench and the bench guys come in. They are still they're still elite defensively. They are coached by 39-year-old Mark Daignault, and he started with OKC in 2020. Now we take a look at the front court for the Cavaliers. Their starters in the 5 spot is Jarrett Allen. He leads the team in rebounds per game with 10. And he also averages 13 points a game and a block per game. In the number 4 position is Evan Mobley. He's averaging almost 19 points per game along with 8.7 rebounds. He's taking a huge step with his aggression. He's averaging 42% from the three-point line. He's a possible all-star. And in the number 3 spot is Dean Wade. Now, when he's in the starting lineup, he's healthy. The Cavaliers are 25-1. He doesn't have gaudy statistical numbers, but he's a glue guy that provides defense and timely three-point shooting. When we take a look at their backcourt, number 2 guard, Donovan Mitchell. He leads the team in scoring with 23 per game. He's the unquestioned leader of this team, and he has developed himself to become a great closer. Number 1 guard is Darius Garland, the point. He's having an all-star year. He's averaging 20 points and 6 assists per game. He had a down season last year due to injury, but he's really picked up his game in the 24-25 season. The bench for the Cavaliers, led by Karis LeVert. Also, you have Ty Jerome and Matt Strus. You can argue that they have the deepest bench in the league. The Cavaliers are coached by Kenny Atkinson. This is his first year with the Cavaliers. Thus far, he has won Coach of the Month twice already in this season. Now, if we take a look at the last few opponents of the OKC Thunder, over the weekend, they had impressive victories over both New York and Boston. Now, in the Knicks game, they were behind the majority of the game, but OKC just wore them down with their defense, and they just took over. New York had nothing left by the middle of the fourth quarter, and of course, OKC won that game. Against Boston, their defense held the Celtics to 27 points in the second half. Let me repeat that. 27 total points in the second half. No one does that to Boston, okay? But the Thunder did. The Thunder, they just proved that they're the number 1 defensive team. And again, I keep saying it, but they are elite defensively. Now, the last few opponents for the Cavaliers, they had pretty much impressive blowout victories. They whooped on the Lakers, Mavericks, Hornets. Actually, when they went out west on their West Coast trip, they swept the road trip. None of the games were really close. I know the Lakers game, they got within 2. I think they got within 1 a few times. But to be honest with you, as soon as they did that, the Cavaliers were stretched the lead back out to 10 or 12 points. So really, none of the games were really close. Unfortunately, there's still doubters out there about the Cavaliers, but Cavaliers, they can shut some critics up with a victory over the Thunder. And also, not only can they do it tomorrow, they play the Thunder again next week. So they can somehow sweep the Thunder. I think they will get people on that bandwagon. Other tidbits to note is that OKC is not at full strength, and they haven't been at full strength for a while. And this is what's so impressive with their winning streak. They're missing Chet Holmgren, who's scheduled to be out for months due to a broken hip, and he's been out for a while, and they still have been rolling through, especially the Western Conference. Also, Alex Caruso. He has a hip injury, but he's listed day to day. The Cavaliers, they're waiting for the return of Isaac Okoro. He suffered a sprained right shoulder, and the Cavs went against the Brooklyn Nets. The Cavs, I'm not going to say they don't miss Okoro, but the miss was lessened by the return of Max Strus. He just returned to the team, and he's still trying to get himself worked into the rotation. Okay, so keys to victory for OKC. Feel that what they want to do is to chase the Cavs off the 3-point line. Okay, if the Cavs get open looks and they start getting hot, forget it. Cavs can run away with the game. Also, what OKC wants to do, in my opinion, they want to keep the game close going into the fourth. If you could do that, I think that it'll put pressure on the Cavaliers. Even though this is a regular season game, this game's going to be treated as a playoff game, right? Like a playoff game. But I'm saying that it could make the Cavs tight in the fourth. Also, it could affect the crowd, right? The crowd will get nervous, the crowd will get quiet, and it can you could take the crowd out. You could basically maybe take the Cavaliers out. The third thing, in my opinion, that's key to a OKC victory is you don't want to let Garland dribble around and roam free. He's the engine to that Cavalier offense. When he's driving the lane, he's roaming around, and he's passing it off to the bigs. Cavaliers' offense is basically almost unstoppable because the ball's popping around, and the Cavaliers will win if Garland has a good game. Even if Garland has an average game, the Cavaliers will probably win. So what OKC wants to do, they're going to want to keep a body on him, get him out of his rhythm early. That's what the Celtics did, and that resulted in the Cavaliers losing their first game of the season. So that's what, if I was coach, that's what I would do. Keys to victory for the Cavaliers. They must control the boards. All right. If they get banged on the boards, they will lose. So it's key for Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, whoever else is in the game is to control the boards. They must continue to have good ball movement. If you continue to have that good ball movement, then it will keep OKC's defense. They will keep them honest. They will have to. They're a great on-ball defensive team. So if that ball is moving around, they're going to be moving around, and that can open up some shots from the outside. Also, my third point, it can also open up some shots from the inside, because what the Cavaliers must not be afraid of doing is attacking the paint. All right. You could see, if you take a look at the Thunder's actual last loss, which was against the Bucks, though it didn't count because it was the NBA Cup championship, the Bucks attacked the paint. They attacked the paint all game long, and then what happened was that the Thunder started drawing themselves in, and then the Bucks, what they do, they started popping the ball outside, and they started hitting the three. So the Cavaliers can do the same thing, attack the paint, like Donovan Mitchell. Don't be afraid to drive. And also Darius Garland, he'll do the same thing, kick that ball out, and hit some three-pointers. But also, when you drive the lane, don't be afraid to dump it off to Jared Allen or Mobley to get you some easy buckets inside. So this should be a hell of a game, and I'm really looking forward to it. We have a game, no drama, just good basketball between two juggernauts. Hopefully the league will take notice and promote these teams and other teams like them, and hopefully we can get more casual fans to follow the NBA and follow some good basketball. Feel free to leave a comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.